Okay, boys and girls, thank you so much to our King's Kids friends for sharing their memory verse with us. And keep going with learning our memory verses. It's so good to get as much of God's truth and God's word into our hearts and our heads. Now, you might wonder why I'm wearing this hat. Well, what if I told you that I was going to go to the Arctic, and so I was wearing my hat and I had my sunscreen and I was all prepared for going to the Arctic? What would you think? Yeah, you might think that I was a little bit strange. You might think you'll not need that there. You would not need your sunscreen and your sun hat in the Arctic. Well, what if I told you then that I might go and visit the rainforest in the Amazon? And so I was going to get ready for going to the rainforest. Oh, all set for the rainforest. What would you think? Yeah, you might think you will not need your woolly hat and your scarf in the rainforest. Sure, that would be really silly. Okay, well, what if I wasn't going to go to the Arctic and I wasn't going to go to the rainforest, but I was going to go to the desert and I was going to bring this with me to the desert? What would you be thinking? I was going to bring my umbrella to the desert. You might be thinking, you are daft. You will never need your umbrella in the desert. You wouldn't need your sunscreen in the Arctic. You wouldn't need your hat and your scarf in the rainforest, and you definitely wouldn't need your umbrella in the desert because the weather isn't like that. The weather isn't matched to any of the things that I am thinking of bringing. Now, today we are thinking about God's promise to Noah, because we might already know the story of Noah and we might remember that God asked Noah to do something. What was it that God asked Noah to do? God asked Noah to build a really, really big boat called an ark. And Noah listened to God and Noah trusted God. But other people maybe thought that Noah was being very strange and maybe thinking, Noah, what are you doing? You will never need that big boat where we live because we've never had a flood before. It doesn't rain that much. We will never need this big boat. But Noah trusted God and Noah believed that God would do what he was telling Noah he was going to do. What did God say he was going to do? God said that he was going to send a really big flood because God had looked at the world that he made and he was very sad about all of the sin and all of the wrong things that people were doing. So he told Noah that he was going to send a flood and he was going to start all over. And Noah trusted God, even though it maybe even seemed a bit strange to Noah. Noah trusted God. Noah believed God. And God makes a special promise to Noah at the end of our story. So we've got a little clip coming up now and we'll chat some more after our wee clip.